What's up, MPX addicts, and welcome to the MPX Rehab. I'm your host, the hashtag Certified Mark, here with my co-host, as always,
the voice of the MPX addicts, Kyle Smith.
And as you can see, JD Griffey, who was scheduled to be here, is not yet here. From what we are told, he is stuck in transit.
Yeah, you know, he's a big star now, so it takes a little while.
Yeah, true.
And
I mean, he wasn't even coming from Oklahoma this time. I think it was like coming from further east.
Yeah, wherever. But and let's also be honest, it's JD. He does things on his own time.
That is true. That is very true.
We are on JDT, so
yeah.
You know.
Well, even when he does get here, like I said on Facebook earlier, this isn't going to be your usual fun romp of a show where it's chaos.
I hope he's here.
Laughing.
That means you get to go to sleep.
No.
Yeah.
No,
that's what that was.
I'm the one who wanted
that was
this.
promised.
I'm the one who wanted this interview in the first place.
Okay.
I'm the one who's been we got to hear his side the whole time.
Do we need to hear his side though?
Yes.
I mean, let's be honest. I am the voice of the addicts. Do the addicts really want to hear his side? There's a lot of addicts.
There's a get choked out. Right,
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. There are a lot of addicts that side with Chop Daddy.
It's not a matter of siding with people. It's the fact that journalistic integrity, demands that we get both sides of the story.
That? Have we ever been?
I try. Okay, I try. All right, all right. Jeez.
Yeah. Okay, Mr. Sebastian's the greatest wrestler ever.
I never said that.
Pretty sure if we rewind tapes enough, that statement has been said.
No.
It's okay. We all know Sky's the best ever. See, I can
beat
do
me
it too.
to it.
I was gonna say, yeah, exactly. I disarm you. Haha.
But yeah,
Rook takes king, right? Checkmate. Is that how it works?
No, King's not here right now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And neither is Rook. Yeah, neither is Rook.
God, we do have a Rook now.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Rook Tyler, rockstar. All right, so yeah.
So can we get a chess? Can we get a chess table? Is there a pawn out there somewhere?
No.
Is there a knight? There is a knight. There's a couple of knights in wrestling.
Say, if nothing else, we got Carl. Get him involved in that.
I was gonna say, what else is there? There's a queen. Sure.
Yeah.
True. She doesn't like us, but true.
Yeah.
Actually, she doesn't know us. It doesn't matter. Is the sheriff a pawn? Sheriff a thing in wrestling?
That's more of a knight type thing, Shire Reeve kind of, yeah. But either way, this last Saturday, Summer Stunners was it was an interesting show.
Stunning.
Yeah,
you
definitely.
You could have gone with that, but you didn't. It was a show.
Mm-hmm. It wasn't like it was. I don't know. Something seemed off all night.
All night seemed off. But again, I've never left MPX feeling my money was wasted.
Yeah.
And Saturday night was no different. I still felt it was good money spent. I felt everything was off, but it's still enjoyable and it's still fun.
Yeah.
I didn't necessarily, like I said, I didn't leave there thinking, oh my God, that is the worst show I've ever been to. No, that still is reserved for WrestleMania shows.
Yeah. There obviously, it's like people have had opinions about certain things going on with it, but we'll leave that to them. This isn't, this is an opinion show, but we have a certain way we do things. But
that and it's also I'm still truthful. Like we're still telling the truth. Was it the greatest show ever? No. Was it an R-rated show? Yes. Was it a good show? Debatable.
Yeah.
I mean, again, it was an R-rated show, and it's leading us to what we're going in. A lot of these matches definitely are telling a story for what's going to happen later on in either next week or the month or what have you.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, especially since in a week we have Aztec Warfare coming up, and that's going to be pretty incredible. And you've got to imagine there's going to be some grudge matches. There's definitely going to be a title match at least.
Yeah.
At least one of the titles.
Right. Which I think that is something that hurt the show, and we'll get into it, but none of our champs were here.
Yeah.
That definitely hurt. I think
I will say that's one of the dangers of having someone have two belts is the fact that if they're not there, that's two belts that aren't
that. But it's also we have 4 titles, but one of them is currently in limbo right now.
Yeah.
We don't have the prospect championship back yet.
That makes me think more and more that that's what Aztec is for.
I really hope so, and I had said that when they announced Aztec Warfare. If you go back to our shows when it first was announced, I really hope Aztec Warfare is for the Prospect Championship with one defense already on it. You know what I mean? I think that would be really cool because that's a huge match. Well, and not only that, it's also a huge match to go to the get the prospect title.
That is true.
You honestly deserve at least one defense on that already.
I agree with you on that one. That's why I also agree with if they'd wanted to make it a number one contendership match in general.
Which is what we've done in before, and that would be fine. That's cool. But I think it's time, and I know the prospect title hasn't been gone that long, but I think it's time we could bring it back. I've always enjoyed the prospect title being in play because it's something that, one, it gives us another title, and two, it gives us a lot of matches and a lot of stories to go on. If, hey, is this one going to get all 4? Oh, he went to 2. What is this next one going to do? It's one of those that's always in play, and I like it.
I had been thinking about it, and I finally figured out what the Prospect Championship feels like to me. It's like Money in the Bank mixed with what they wanted from the 24/7 Championship.
It is. I was going to go more of Money in the Bank and IC title back in the 90s where it was the workhorse. So it's one of those where whoever held that IC title in the 90s or 80s, you're like, oh, that's the next world champ. That is their guy.
Yeah.
The Addicts has become the workhorse title now, which is great. I still feel whoever holds that prospect title, it kind of does lend that mystery and that, belief of, oh, if he gets all 4, that could be our next champ. That could be our next MPX champion. That could be the guy.
Yeah. Just not that guy.
Yeah. Sadly. Well, he still, you heard him here. He still has one.
Yeah, true.
So
he just needs to bring that one out. Yeah.
But no, I am very excited. Aztec Warfare, I've always loved because it's a different battle royal. It's a great idea.
Yeah.
Sadly, it's not MPX's idea, but they do it very well.
You know what? The people who came up with it, they're not around anymore. So
that is true. Well, they're around, just not that company. Lucha Underground sadly went under.
Yeah.
That's what happens when you have 7-year contracts. Don't let anyone do anything.
Yeah. But yeah. To start the show off on Saturday, we had the Sons of Mayhem come out and basically talk about how they're tired of not being taken seriously. Have come in and they have.
That's a very valid point, is it not?
It depends on your viewpoint of things.
I mean, like I said, Kirby wheeled that ring to the Sons of Mayhem, and for them not to stake the claim.
Have you seen the papers from that?
Yeah.
They were written in crayon, man.
I don't know what you're talking about. I trust Nasty Nick's lawyer. Okay. But no, that's the thing is they're coming out.
Wears a mask.
Didn't ours at one point?
No, ours has a hammer.
Oh, okay. Oh crap, that's right. I was talking about the early one before.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, before that one.
Legal. We don't talk to legal anymore.
But no, that's the thing. I think Sons of Mayhem. It's again, like I said, either last week or 2 weeks ago. I enjoy the fact that we're having that dominant stable again. Mm-hmm. And people can make the argument, oh, the boys are the dominant stable. That's a tag team.
Yeah.
You need at least 3 to be a stable, and yes, I guess you can count Hilda.
I will be perfectly honest. If she wrestled,
yes,
then definitely.
Exactly, or even Richard, if he got involved in some cases, which we've seen in the past.
Yes.
But it's one of those things where adding Nick to this, one, I love because it gave him something to do. Because let's be honest, Nick kind of felt in limbo at times.
Yeah.
But adding him to the Sunday, one, makes total perfect sense. And then 2, it's given him something to do, and it's given us our dominant faction.
Yeah.
With Gabe leaving Silver Disorder, they are now a tag team.
Mm-hmm.
While yes, Exodus is our MPX champion, and Kari is on a win streak a little bit, as we'll talk about later. Mm-hmm. They're a tag team. The boys are very dominant. They're a tag team. Exactly. Having the Sons of Mayhem come out, run the show, be the dominant faction that they are, I enjoy it. Do I like when they go after certain people, like Sky or Silver? No, but it obviously is great storytelling, which again is one of the greatest things I love about wrestling and MPX in general. MPX has always had great stories, and most of those stories, I would say 7 times out of 10 are told through the factions.
Yes.
And again, I'm very looking forward to see what Sons of Mayhem are doing, where we go with it, and I am ecstatic that they added Nick to it because again, I think Nick, along with Jake, has so much potential that we're not seeing yet.
Yep.
We've seen Red. We know Red. Red is so good.
Mm-hmm.
Heaven, Jake, and Nick, all these guys together, I'm super excited for. And I love, again, it's, continuing the late, great Stephen Kirby's legacy. It's great.
He's not dead.
No, he is.
In Sydney, it's called Stockholm Syndrome.
What?
Read, you'll see. But
She should cheer for Red. That's her number one
Speaking of
fan.
Nasty Nick Nash, the night started out, like I said, with them coming out.
Hang on. Stockholm Syndrome is still believing Tatum's the champ and Tatum will come back. Tatum, for all intents and purposes, much like Stephen Kirby, is dead. We need to move on. You're 18. You're young. You'll get over your first love. Most people do. You can move on. What?
He's delusional.
I love you. I love you, Sydney. I'm sorry.
It's actually great to see you in the in chat again. But like I said, speaking of Nasty Nick Nash, with the night starting out with them, calling out, pretty much everybody, putting everybody on notice of how things are going to go.
And that's the thing. If they've been saying it for weeks and no one's taking them seriously, I mean, they've gone after champion after champion. Red Chambers has a win over Barrett fucking Brown.
Yeah. And what happened the next
They
week?
are established. I wasn't there. They are established as a dominant faction. People need to listen and adhere, and at least, I guess to quote the Buffett, acknowledge them.
Yeah, but with all of that, out came Mr. Nasty.
Maybe lonely, but I'm not old, sir.
To see, it was fantastic to see. But he actually had some specific business with Nasty Nick Nash in the fact that he felt that, Nick was, basically biting on his style. Going out and, as he put it, making money with the name Nasty.
True. And that is, pimps need their money.
Yeah.
If that's it. Look, more so than accountants, pimps know where their money is at to the cent.
Oh, yeah.
And, yeah, I guess, Nasty hadn't done it a little bit.
Yep. But he was calling out Nick and basically saying that it's like, pretty much saying that they were going to fight. I mean, Sons of Mayhem tried to use the numbers to their advantage, but unfortunately for them, you had Casey and Sam Stackhouse.
And again, I said it on Mainline. I'll say it again here, man. Mr. Nasty, he's got a fine-looking bitch and he's got a big-ass bitch, and he brought both of them that night.
Yeah, he did.
Those are his two top earners. I don't know if y'all know that. If y'all know anything about pimping and hoeing, Casey's probably the bottom bitch. The one who makes the most, because he is fine.
Please remember,
he's a fine-looking bitch.
Our disclaimer is all opinions expressed by the host or guests of MPX Rehab, MPX Mainline, anything like that.
What have I said that is not dishonest? Are you saying Casey's not a fine-looking bitch? I know you. I know your style. Yeah, Casey's your style. Casey's there. Oh, really? No.
I mean, I like Casey. He's cool and all, but not really.
Is Stackhouse more your style?
No.
No? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, you're a Noah person. Yeah. It's the abs.
Yeah.
Oh, and fuck. What did Richter call them? Yeah. Cum catchers. There you go. That's what you like. All right.
But
we're still rated TVMA, right?
Oh yes.
Okay.
This is the show. We will never get advertising on this show. We probably won't ever get advertising on this channel. I'd be surprised if we ever got is
it my fault?
Your fault, my fault. We've had people on here who do so much worse.
It's very true.
But so we had the battle for the Nasty, as we like to call it, as Nasty.
Was it battle for Nasty or fight for Nasty?
Fight for Nasty. Yeah,
it's for the name, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
As Mr. Nasty and Nasty Nick Nash took each other on, and this was a pretty decent fight. Whew. I mean, seriously. That pimp hand.
I was going to say, Nick felt that pimp hand, and it was super strong that night.
Yeah.
He definitely owed him some money.
Yeah.
Like, I almost felt bad enough to pull out my wallet and be like, what's he owe you? Fuck, just stop. Like, goddamn.
Well, it did eventually get stopped as, of course, the rest of the Sons of Mayhem came out to stop the match, I guess you could say, causing a DQ, which allowed Mr. Nasty to come over with a win, but sort of.
Yeah, I mean, do you want to call that a win?
It's a win in the books.
Okay, exactly, yeah. But that's not a win in wrestlers' eyes.
Yeah.
Just, case in point.
Which means we could see this again because, it's like he's got to get his money.
I'll be honest, I was really hoping for a triple or a six-man later on.
I was too, but when I found out what happened, I understand.
Things changed, and that's fine. That was definitely where, at least to us who overanalyze and watch wrestling way too much, where they were going. Mm-hmm. Things happen. That's fine. Hopefully, later down the road, we could get that. Yeah. It's not for the match type. that Alone in the Dark usually is for. But I definitely, that would be a cool, interesting thing.
That would be interesting. The boys versus Sons of Mayhem.
Well, I wasn't even thinking that. I was thinking this team. You have
sure.
Mr. Nasty, have Casey, and have Stackhouse, and have, say, one of them gets...
We were talking faction warfare, and I'm thinking the boys, and I'm also thinking Sons of Mayhem.
Right.
Those are the two.
But it's one of those where I was thinking,
right
okay, so you have Mr. Nasty, you have Sam Stackhouse, you have Casey Clay. If one of them takes pinfall, they're not allowed in MPX. They are banned. If you have Sons of Mayhem lose, they have to disband. All three. I think that would be an interesting stipulation.
That would be an interesting stipulation. That would definitely make the Sons fight even harder because they wouldn't want to break up.
And I think it's one of those where it is somewhat believable. We don't get Mr. Nasty a lot. We don't get Sam Stackhouse. And again, it's wrestling. You can always do a loophole where, hey, they win the Texas Rumble and now they're a part of the or something.
Yeah.
You could always write your way out of it. That would be kind of interesting because again, I really do think that 6-man would be really cool to see.
It really would, yeah. But Mr. Nasty winning via DQ. Then after that, we had a singles match of the immortal Jason Silver taking on the ugly bastard Zero, and this has been a confusing couple of weeks.
It has been. What fucking timeline are we in?
The right one, I feel, but that's me.
I mean, I know they turned the Super Collider thing on, and things have been fucked up, and we're in fucking Mandela effects and shit. Like, what universe or world are we in where Zero has beat 2 former MPX champions clean? Yeah. Like, what the fuck?
I don't know. And I was like, you had this match. It was actually a really good match.
I mean, let's be honest. It was the second best match off the card next to the Tommy Becker and Dimitri Alexandrov.
I agree with you on that.
This match was probably the most well worked. While Tommy and Dimitri were off. I mean, yeah, Zero and Jason were off too, but I think they countered a little better, and probably because the fans were split, it gave to that environment. Because again, it's no matter what Silver does, people are cheering him.
Even when he's a heel, it's really hard to get people to boo Jason Silver.
We're not. Yeah, we coined the Ziller pop, but it's not a fucking joke. It's not a fucking coin. There is a legit thing in MPX where the loudest pops usually go to Silver. And right behind that is usually Zero. And we've talked about it in the matches before. Zero, they'll pop, they'll die, they'll get up a little bit, and then they die again. Yeah. Because it's Zero, and we've been, as addicts, conditioned to know what happens in a Zero match. These last 2 weeks have fucking changed that.
And the crowd is like, the crowd was kind of low energy last week to begin with, and I think that had a lot to do with the weather.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's fucking 112 degrees outside. Yeah. Now, the building is very, very nice.
The building's a lot more comfortable than it's been in
now,
the past.
Is it cool? I'm not going to say it's cool, but it is very, very nice compared to what we've been through before. And again, I'll say it till, I'm blue in the face and I'm fucking in the ground. If you've never been to the old building, you cannot fucking complain about the heat in this building.
It's this year, it's not the heat that's bothering me. It's how muggy it's been.
Right.
That's new. It's been hot before, but now it's just muggy too.
Yep. And it's one of those where the fans they try because, but it's one of those where luckily this one's early enough to where, let's be honest, it's later in the night where it's like, nope, we've extended, we're done.
Yep, and that's what happened with a couple matches down the line.
Yeah, but again, the crowd is still the crowd. We've said it before and we'll say it again. If it wasn't for the front row girls and that front row crew who, all intents and purposes, legitimately saved MPX, they saved MPX before that happened.
Yeah.
They're a
group of people that the rest of the addicts will fight to defend. We've seen it.
Yeah. Fuck people who don't like them. I fucking love them. And I will protect them like all the little sisters they fucking are.
Yeah.
But it's the thing to where they feed off them. I used to be half the one that do the chants, and I fucking hate that. If anyone knows me, I'm not, which is very weird that I do this. I'm not a very outspoken person. I don't like crowds. That's probably why I'm good with this, because I'm by myself.
I was going to say, it's like there's a barrier between us and them.
I don't like leading chants. I don't like being. I remember one time years ago, Rich was like, "Hey, you got to lead chant." I don't want to. That's not me. I don't like that. I'll join in. I may start, and then I'll fade really quickly. Them coming, a year and a half ago, 2 years ago,
Mm-hmm.
greatest thing in the world. One, personally, because I don't have to do shit anymore, but also
correctly,
because
it
they
was just
feed off the
after,
edits.
Larger Than Life lost the belts to Sagan Manning.
I think so.
So yeah.
But people feed off them negatively or positively. Guess what? They feed off them, and in wrestling, it doesn't matter if positive or negative as long as they get a reaction.
As there is a reaction. Yeah.
So it's great, and I love how they used to all be together, and now there's little divides between all of them, which makes it even better. So yes, they, along with obviously Papa Pruitt, they have saved MPX in a lot of ways that I don't know if they realize it, but they do.
Somebody's got a different opinion of that, and I'm pretty sure even when he shows up, we'll hear all about that. But
Right.
yeah, but yeah, for as tired as the crowd seemed because of how hot it was and everything like that, they still popped for Zero winning because it's not something we expect at all.
No, it's not.
It's like it's not. I mean, you watch everybody's favorite faces win. They'll still cheer. Dimitri wins, people cheer. Jason wins, people cheer.
Yep.
Sky, when he's a face, wins, people cheer.
Even if he's a heel, people cheer. Okay. That may be on me, but
Yeah,
people
I was
still
gonna
cheer. But there are people, again, Silver and Zero, they both are those people. No matter what they do, which we haven't really seen Zero heel, which I would love to see, just to see how the Addicts would react.
That would be. Honestly, I think Zero is one of those people the Addicts would not let it happen.
No, it'd be like Sky and Silver.
Yeah.
Because again, we saw it. They tried it with Sky, and like we even said on the show, Sky's got to go after someone else. They got to go after Tatum or Mikey. He went after Mikey, and when he was fighting Mikey, yeah, he's a heel. But if he was not fighting Mikey, no, people are behind Sky.
Yeah.
That would have to be the same thing with Zero. I think what would help Zero if they did decide to try to do a heel thing is him and Johnny being a dominant heel tag team. I think people would get behind that because we saw how people reacted to when Johnny was heel. And yeah, maybe feeding off Johnny a little bit, but we've seen Zero. We know Zero can be that kind of vicious side like Johnny was. I think it would be great to see. Will we ever see it? Probably not, because again, Zero gets one of the best reactions, much like Silver,
and especially when he wins. It's like because that pop goes insane.
Yeah,
it's like if this were happening later on in the year when it's a lot cooler, you better believe they'd be blowing the roof off. Especially with the announcement that came after his win in this match,
which was crazy because even I think it took Zero himself by surprise. Because Zero is not used to being on win streaks and being given opportunities.
Yeah. So he's going to get the ultimate opportunity on next week, in which he'll be taking on.
Spoiler.
Yeah, well, this is what happened at the last show. So he's being given the opportunity for the main event for the MPX Championship. Wouldn't that be weird?
It is, and that's one of those where it's. I've already seen it, and a lot of the acts already know. Oh, Zero's not winning. Zero's not winning. He wasn't supposed to win against Silver. He wasn't supposed to win against Brixton and Joey. Or Joe, sorry. But it's one of those where it's like, is it possible? Like, again, what fucking timeline are we in?
Anything could happen. Anything could happen. I mean, honestly, it could happen that, Zero's knocked out and about to lose, and then somebody comes in and...
Well, do we know... Has anyone checked on Richard? Is he still alive? Is someone just mimicking and Weekend at Bernie's in him to make Zero win?
Well, remember, it's like...
I mean, I know Rusty probably would get back there and pull the puppet strings, but I don't know.
No, this is 100% Ernie, I'm pretty sure, because, he's got his guys he loves, and he loves the underdogs, which, it's why it's great what the next show's name is.
I do love that name.
But I was actually going to say something about that.
You're going to save it?
I'm going to save it.
Okay, good. You're not going to go spoilers. All right.
Yeah.
You finally learned. It's only taken 3 years, but you've learned.
Sorry, I'm ADD. I say whatever pops into my head.
ADD or ADHD?
Yes.
Both?
It's actually the same thing at this point.
Is it?
Yeah. The new DSM-5.
Oh, okay.
Basically, it's just the attention deficit.
Okay, cool. I don't know.
It's a spectrum now.
Everyone's on the spectrum, aren't they?
Yeah.
Okay.
Something like that. But
that's one thing I've learned going through my own shit. I feel like everyone's on a spectrum.
Yeah. It was an incredible match to watch in the first place, and the reaction that's been gotten from everything from Zero getting the win to Zero getting the opportunity. I think, honestly, if this doesn't show how much the fans truly love to see Zero succeed at MPX, I don't know what will.
I don't either, but it's also one of those things where
we're still conditioned.
We're conditioned, but it's also my booking wise and my mind. I'm like, there's no way Exodus has worked too fucking hard for this, even if it's just a week drop to do that. You know, it's one of those things where I'm like, maybe we popped too soon. Maybe Zero should have done a couple. Fucking have Zero win Aztec Warfare maybe, and then do it. You know, like why rush it? You know, because again, I feel like we've pinned it to where there's no way Exodus loses, and if Exodus does lose, and it's only for a week, what was really the point? I feel
unless of course Zero loses this match, gets into Aztec Warfare, wins that match.
But see, even then, I don't think that would happen. Okay, if it's Prospect, fine.
Yeah.
But if it's a straight up number one contender, which in the past Aztec Warfares, that's what it's been for. I just at that point no. Now if he goes to the final 4 or 2 or whatever, okay, fine. But it's just one of those things where I feel we've, as creative, we've backed ourselves as like, well, can't fucking have him win.
Yeah.
But again, didn't think he would beat fucking Silver. Didn't think he would beat Berkson and Joey. So who the fuck knows?
This is MPX. Anything
it's
can
MPX.
Happen.
It's a new era of MPX. MPX has always thrown curveballs to begin with, but this new regime has thrown, I think, more curveballs than we've seen.
Yeah.
Maybe a couple screwballs. I mean, Zero did win, so that's a screwball, right?
Speaking of screwballs and curveballs, the next match after that was the reincarnation of excellence.
You're going to make me talk about this, aren't you?
Yes, I am. At least a little bit. I promise it won't be that long. It's like a Band-Aid.
Just rip it off.
Rip it off. We'll take care of it. Taking on Chris Carter. I can never remember what his moniker is because I see him like
the change.
The change.
Or chaos of change or something like that. It's look,
Wesley Light.
Well, and that's the thing. I know I went kind of hard on him on the main line. And I think I go hard on him for the simple fact that, one,
he is good.
There is a shitload of potential. Just from things I've seen. I personally am not a fan. I feel Chris Carter is one of those newer guys who goes viral and gets booked off that.
See you tomorrow, man.
So it's one of those to where I see the potential, but then he does one cool thing and he gets booked, and I feel he rests. And Grant, I've never talked to him. I don't know the man. I may be wrong in my assessment completely, but I feel he has rested on just the laurels of going viral and being booked, and I don't like that. It's the same with Jordan Oliver, Alex Zane, Blake Christensen, Ninja Mac to a degree, which Ninja Mac won me over after seeing him and the work he's done in Japan. I feel Chris has done that. And then again, it is. Chris Carter is, if Jason Silver and Wesley Crane fucked, that is the product. It is Chris Carter. I'm sorry.
No, you're not wrong.
Can you tell me I'm wrong?
You're not wrong. I just didn't think you'd actually just put it out there like that,
of course I will. This is... Silver.
He's a Chandler. I did see a little bit of Chandler in there. Yes,
Carter is the product. But it's one of those where it's, again, I feel he hasn't done enough to really break out into his own. Because again, and I feel it's just not me, and I may be wrong. I feel people compare him to Wes, to Silver, to all these other viral sensations out there.
Well, if he didn't also actually, start go with using their signature moves. I mean, when I saw the truth kick, I'm just like, are you kidding me?
Yeah, even Chandler. But again, and that's another thing. When I first saw him, he literally was a carbon copy of Wes, and people even told him, "Hey, that's Wes," and he just like, "Who?" Which, okay, yes, a little offense, but I get. Wes hasn't been around in Texas a lot.
Don't forget, as someone once said, it doesn't matter how popular, how famous you think you are. There was somewhere that people will have no idea who you are.
Right, and that's the thing. And he did. He looked up Wes, and he changed a little bit. He still is very much Wes light, like you said, but he did change enough to where it's like, okay, you're kind of trying to be your own thing. I do. Let's put it this way, and this is what I honestly feel. If Silver would have started 6 years ago when Twitter and viral got you booked, Silver's the biggest name in fucking wrestling. With all the stupid shit he did before viral sensation started, Silver's being booked everywhere. That is how I feel about Chris Carter. I feel he does a lot of shit that gets him booked because, oh my God, look at that. That was so cool.
Yeah.
But then you see him in the ring and you're like, ooh, he does it just to do it. I give a lot of credit to Kari for this match being as good as it was. Kari tried his best
But also at the same time, apparently Chris is coming off of a neck injury or something like that.
Well, that was the other thing I was going to say is I'm kind of shocked Carter's actually wrestling right. Carter should have taken a month off for almost literally being paralyzed. The man should take a fucking month off, and he hasn't. And I'm like, okay, maybe he'll calm down. Maybe he'll slow down. Maybe he won't do a bunch of crazy shit. No, he still does. I'm like, Chris, you have a fucking long career ahead of you. If you want to keep doing this, slow the fuck down. Stop doing all this stupid shit.
Yeah.
It's one of those. I get it. If it's a super big we've had this argument with Kirby before. There was one time Kirby, I think it was before a Purple Rain match, did a fucking senton to the floor straight, and I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? You have Purple Rain next week. He goes, it doesn't matter. I'm like, I get that mindset of a wrestler to where no, you give 100% every fucking match, but as a fan, you don't need to do all that shit unless it's something huge. Less is more.
Yeah.
And I feel that is Chris in almost every match he does. Less could be more. And
Greg actually brings up a good point here. It's not just the fact that it felt kind of like he was a little off because of the neck injury and everything like that. Kari was having to cover, and Kari's good, but I don't think he's good enough to fully carry a match yet.
It's that, and it's also
the match is really long too.
Let's be honest. It's also Chris doesn't know necessarily maybe this ring and the rope, because the rope. It wasn't just everyone. A lot of people were. It wasn't just Chris. A lot of people were having problems with the ropes.
Yeah.
That may be the building. That may be the fucking sweat. Who knows? And again, it may be Chris and Kari not knowing each other. Because again, very, very, very rarely, I would say maybe 5%, are you going to go in there with someone you've never worked with and have great chemistry. No matter how good Kari is, which people have heard me before, they know how much I love Kari and think Kari is great.
Yeah.
And I do credit Kari a lot for this match being savable and salvageable, and how good it actually ended up becoming. My biggest fear was Carter doesn't have a name. He's going to come in and win. I'm like, don't do that. We
know how management does things here, though.
And that's the thing. And Kari pulled out the win and saved it, and I thought it was decent. I personally, I've seen him a handful of times. I am not a fan of Carter yet. I think there is a shitload of potential.
He isn't one of those guys that I've seen him a few times now, and he just hasn't impressed, so I'm not going to care anymore.
Exactly.
You see is like he just needs to hit that next level, and he'll be great.
And again, I've never talked to him, but I do feel it's a mental thing. I feel it's an ego that he's like, no, I've done this, I'm good. And it's like, no, you never. What is the TFW All Pro thing? They're saying you never. Yeah, training's forever. You never stop learning.
Yeah.
Fucking one of my favorite follows on Facebook.
which is why Kari and Exodus are so good.
Right.
They took that to heart, and
I think it's one of my favorite follows on Facebook, which I'm surprised he friended me, but he did. Bob Evans. Bob Evans is one of the fucking smartest people in wrestling.
Oh, geez, yeah.
And seeing his shit every day about wrestling is
that's somebody
amazing.
I'd love to talk to.
But it's one of those where I think it's, if Chris slowed down a bit, if he had someone to kind of maybe show or teach him, hey, you don't need to do, like, even Silver. Silver, every match throws his body with disregard, but he chooses when to throw it at disregard. Silver's learned when to do it, when not to do it.
Yeah.
Carter just isn't there yet.
And that was the Dave Meltzer portion of the show. Moving on to the next match.
But I mean, again, like I said, it was salvageable.
Yeah.
I think Kari is good enough and did enough to make it not.
It could have been worse. It could have been much worse.
Exactly. It wasn't a fucking 1-star match. It went to a 2.5 to a 3. You know?
Yeah.
If you're going to go ahead and call me Meltzer, fuck you.
I wasn't just talking about you. I'm talking about me too. We're sitting here like analyzing, like we know what the fuck we're actually talking about. We do.
You gave me a mic, and again, I've said all along, my opinion and my talking has no fucking bearance. I don't know why people listen to me, but they do. You've said it before. It's very weird when wrestlers come up and be like, "Hey, what'd you think?" Why the fuck you asking me? You're the goddamn professional. I mean, as a fan, I liked it, but why are you asking me?
But yeah, after that we had the singles match, the rematch between the Buzzard Tommy Bolton and Mikey B. You didn't get to see the last one.
I didn't, and I saw this one, and you weren't there at first, and then you came back because you were taking a break from the last match, and you came back, and I was like, hey, were they this soft last week? Because I've seen Tommy, and Tommy usually isn't this soft.
Yeah, no.
And you're like, no, they're hard, and then they picked it up.
Yeah.
Like, it did get better, and it makes me wonder, I go back to thinking of a time when I was at ACW where Wes got the shit beat out of him by J-Kiss and Rodney Mack. And then that next week they had a rematch with him and Dimitri versus them, and they were a little lighter on him. I was like, oh, was it a test? Was he seeing how he does? And I was thinking maybe that's the way with Mikey. Maybe he was testing Mikey. Mikey gave it enough to where he goes, you know what? Okay, cool. I'll go a little lighter next time.
It also may have been they were trying to find their speed, their pace in this match.
Which,
and
again, like we said,
they got
everybody
to
on
that
this card
certain
did.
point, and they're both just like, you know what? Let's just do it.
Yeah. And again, this is one of those, I would say every match on this card started the same way. Very slow, very off, but picked up and got
once everybody
decent
got in
and
the groove,
salvageable.
it was so much better.
Yeah. And it is, I love, like I said, I like Tommy Bolton. I think he's very, I would love to see him more at MPX, which I think we're getting because of the whole feud with him and Locke and everything. I don't understand the crowd with the whole thing. That's weird to me.
Well, that's Tommy Bolton's thing, though.
Which, okay, but again, so if it's Tommy Bolton's thing and y'all don't like him and he's a heel, why do y'all do it?
I think they think that's making fun of him, but
it's not. That's kind of his thing, so therefore you're cheering him on.
Like at this point, he's saying you suck during Angle's entrance, you know?
Okay, touche. Okay, I guess I can get behind that aspect.
Yeah, and Sydney backs it up. Yeah, it's funny, so they make fun of it.
Okay. Yeah, I guess I can get behind that then. It was just, to me, it was a little weird. I was like, why do y'all like Bolton? Bolton's the heel. What are y'all doing? Mikey's y'all's boy. I didn't necessarily like the end because while, yes, we all know Sammy is Mikey's fiance, you still had a fan jump the barricade, go towards the ring, and there's no fucking security or refs to stop it because the refs were kind of late. She literally, if she wanted, like, she had to stall to get on the fucking apron because of the refs. It's one of those where it's like, that's, I didn't like that.
Okay, before we get yelled at by Travis and Carl again.
Well, and that's the thing. They're also fucking, that's the thing. That's why I don't like security not being there because the refs are fucking busy doing other shit. We need security, which I guess I didn't realize because I wasn't there before. They've been there. They haven't been there the past 2 weeks.
Yeah. Something
so I don't know if that's because I've always thought this too, and it's a double negative. I understand, but when we see the security there, when we saw Casey and Noah as security, and then all of a sudden they're wrestling, it throws you off a little bit. It's weird. But to have non-trainees and wrestlers be security, that's also weird. So it's a pros and cons thing. And it also may be, hey, they were all fucking busy the past 2 weeks. Yeah. Okay, fine. But just having that spot, it did make me a little weary because while most addicts know not to jump the fucking barricade, you might have some new addicts that fucking get drunk and do it.
The fact that it's happened twice within a month.
So yeah, that was a little weird. But again, I do love where we're going of Bolton sending the message to Matlock because let's be honest, that is going to be a very physical match that everyone wants to see.
I'm so glad he can't say this stuff out loud.
So am I.
Oh, but people can read it.
Yeah. Remember that all thoughts, comments, and basically statements made.
He's not on camera, so it's fine.
Yes,
we can't control comments. Fucking Greg could have said it, and we can't control it.
That's true.
Exactly.
Yes, Sydney. It's fucking exactly. I don't fucking know why either. That weirded me the fuck out.
Why does he sniff people?
Because it's weird and creepy. It adds to the character.
Well, isn't that what vultures do? Don't they like sniff to make sure the person's dead?
I think so. Something like
see?
They don't really sniff them, but they do get close.
I said it before.
It's supposed to creep you out.
Well,
does it creep you out? Then it worked.
It does, and I said it on Mainline. He probably has the hardest head in wrestling, and
Jeebus Crow, yeah.
I've always loved. There's two spots I love in wrestling. I've never been fucking to figure them out, and I hate it. Is the headbutt when like Bolton does. Like if you see him when they legit go like this, okay, you know where the sound and the shit's coming from. Bolton, I can't tell that shit. Bolton looks like he legitimately headbutts people. The other one is the fucking finger break that Pete Dunne used to do. That I've never understood. You fuck Butch. I've never understood how they get that fucking sound and pop. I'm like, what the fuck? Because I watch wrestling. I'm like, okay, do they snap their knees? What the fuck? Are they literally snapping their finger? What the fuck?
Yeah.
Those are two spots I've never been to understand. The only ones I can get are like Drew Galloway, who legitimately hits the chest. No, Bolton looks like he hits your fucking chin and jaw and shit. And I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
But yeah, I love it.
But yeah, Tommy Bolton winning this match with low blow and things like that is just honestly him winning the match, kind of doing it the same way twice. It's consistency this time.
Yeah.
It's like it's not just the oh, we've seen this before. It's the fact that it's like, oh, you're gonna put me up against him again. Well, I'm gonna do the same thing to him again, and then I'm gonna do worse.
Right,
which he did.
And we had even said that last week. We're
Yeah.
like, this is too quick for a rematch. What are they doing? And then again, they showed what the fuck we know and what MPX knows in management, and they're like, no, we're going somewhere with this. And the way they went with it, I think is good. Like I said, if Sammy maybe had run from the back, I might have been a little better and okay with it.
Yeah.
But coming from over the barricade, that's what kind of bothered me a little bit.
I can understand that, especially since we do very much stress fans.
Fuck you, Chris.
What?
Butch is better than Pete Dunne. No. Pete Dunne is one of the best ever. Or used to be.
Used to be.
Maybe Triple H will change that.
Then we had another, I got to say, surprising match as the Texas Chainsaw Sky de Lacrimosa took on high stakes Chip Mandalay.
Surprising, that's one way to say that.
Yeah.
No, they've had good chemistry together. They've worked before, and we've even said before, like, well, that was really good for people who have never really worked together. That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, the outcome definitely was a little shocking, but it's, again, and we'll talk about it later when we're done fully, given the way the night was going, given the way the matches were coming, it kind of made sense for Chip to win, which was very shocking.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie, especially the way he won, which is it's the only way he could win. The roll-up is the only way you could do that match and it'd be okay
Anywhere
with everyone.
Believable, yeah.
And again, I think it was
like Liv versus Ronda.
right, and it's one of those where it's given their reactions, given the way Sky reacted to it, the way Chip reacted to it, the way the ref reacted to it, was beautiful all the way around. And we've talked to Sky before. He loves working Chip. Chip is actually very good.
Oh yeah.
And I would love to see Chip more and more. I've said that before. Again, yes, a little shocked by the outcome, but given the way the night was going, I'm curious to see where we're going with this. Because again,
especially with the Lost Boys. I mean, hell, actually with
the Lost Boys. I said
XV
it
in general.
yeah,
considering the next match,
I said on Mainline, all of XV, which I guess spoiler, lost. So it's like, and yes, maybe XV isn't a thing in MPX, but maybe it could be.
Yeah.
Like who knows? But yeah, the match itself, again, there were miscues here and there. Happened all night. Wasn't bad though.
Yeah.
Like again, still enjoyable. 2 stars maybe. If you're gonna do that, if you're gonna go through that,
I
thing.
actually don't care to do stars at all, man.
Okay,
It's
good. But no, it was good. Was it? Have they had better matches? Absolutely. But again, given the way the night was going, it was all right.
Yeah. And then we had the match between the Tommy Becker and the bear fighter Dmitry Alexandrov.
Hockey fight.
Hockey fight.
Which wasn't a hockey fight. One of them had a hockey jersey.
Yep. Go Yotes.
No. You seen their new arena? Which, Dimitri, if you're listening, I'm sorry, their new arena is god-awful. That's not good enough for a fucking
I haven't
pee-wee.
actually seen it yet.
Oh, my God. It literally is like a fucking high school gym. I don't know.
Geez.
It's Arizona Coyotes are in trouble of being fucking moved. That's what I think.
Yeah.
Which it's
I
also
don't know.
the
Texas
Arizona,
could use another team.
it's also the Arizona Coyotes. Fuck them. Yeah, San Antonio would work.
San Antonio Coyotes. I would love that. Make me very happy.
Well, the Dallas Stars minor leagues already in Austin, Cedar Park, so the Texas Stars are there. Oh, okay, yeah. Dimitri would love if they're in fucking Austin.
Yeah, true. Well, San Antonio's not that far. It's only an hour and a half drive.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. He drives further to get to MPX. But yeah, no, this was a heck of a fight between these two. I mean, I think we've seen them go up against each other. I wanted to make a joke about, hey, Dimitri, don't remember that time Impact players cost you the Addicts Championship?
That never happened. But that's the other thing I love, and it was subtle throughout the night, and we kept thinking, oh, what's going to happen? What's going to happen? Cody announcing time cues, because we don't really do that. Yeah. They haven't done, 10 minutes have passed, 5 minutes left. It was very weird. And it was one of those, like, okay, they're building something. There's going to be some type of time limit draw because they've started it early to get that mindset. And this was the match I thought they were going to do it. I really thought he's going to have an angle lock. We're going to wait. We're going to get the countdown to 10, 9, 8, all the way to 1. As soon as 1 hits, Dimitri taps. Oh, no, it's a draw, even though he tapped.
Yeah.
That's what it kind of felt like we were going because Tommy locked it in several times. It was close. Dimitri got out. Again, beautifully worked match. Definitely probably match of the night. Again, rough at the start, but they got it going later on.
Yeah.
And towards the end, it was one of those. It truly was. Where are we going? What are we doing? It left, at least for me, it left me on the edge of my seat of like, oh my gosh, this is great.
It's like given who our normal heroes of the show are and everything like that, it was kind of almost a heel night. I mean, Chip and Zero aren't heels, obviously, but.
Well, and that's the thing, we even said going into the main event, we're like, every heel's won. That is weird. And then, yeah, it was like, well, technically Zero's not a heel.
And neither's
and
Chip.
Chip's not a heel, but they were upsets.
Yeah.
So it's one of those where it's like, this night hasn't gone the way most addicts would think it would go in general, with the exception of Kari and Chris. I think that was the one where I was like, nope, that's definitely Kari.
And normally you'd think that would mean that it's like, oh, well, they're saving the big face win for the main event. And
which would make sense with, Casey and Sam.
Yeah. I did not go that way.
Which are they technically, is that team name Mr. Nasty's Bottom Bitches? Is that their team name?
If you want to tell them that, go right ahead. I'd love to see that conversation between you and Sam.
I was going to say, Mr. Nasty would enjoy that comment, probably.
Probably. Actually, I got to say, what I love about Sam Stackhouse and Casey Clay teaming up together is the fact that just with their basic gear, they already look like a team.
I was going to say, it wasn't planned, but they look like a team.
Yeah.
And it's, they are very similar outside of wrestling, talking to them and stuff. They are very similar, so it made sense for them to be a team.
Yeah, who knows? I don't know. Hey, Sam, if you're watching this, first off, thank you very much. Second, it's like, hey, take Casey with you next time you go to a big show like NTPW or Pale Pro or one of those other shows outside of MPX, and be like, here's my tag team partner.
Yeah. But
make this happen.
But it's one of those that, again,
hey, Kiefer booked Red, so I'm good with it.
It's very true. But it's one of those where we're still very early on in Casey learning how to be a face.
Yeah.
So it's great to see him
that actually even
adapt
makes it even
and go
better
to
for him
it.
To team up with Sam.
No, it does, and it's also great to see because he does. It's for the most parts. In tag matches, that is the only way you can use Sam Stackhouse. In that building, in that heat, with his cardio, he cannot go a lot. So to have him kind of hidden in a tag match to where Casey does legitimately 95% of the match, one, it shows how good fucking Casey is. And then two, it hides Sam a little bit, but also shows how good he is when he's in there.
Yeah.
And that was the thing we were all looking forward to. We were looking forward to the big hoss fight of Jake and Sam, and we got that, and it was cool. The coolest thing out of this match, I really think, was the old school handoff with Red and Jake. Okay. That was great.
Yeah, I joked about Sam and Casey looking like a tag team. Red and Jacob are a tag team, like straight up. They have the tag team maneuvers. They have the tag team finish. My only problem with the old school handoff was simply the fact that it's like, that is such a big, exciting maneuver. They should be faces for that.
Yeah, but again,
That's me.
But it is one of those, even when Taker was heel, he did old school. So it's one of those moves that I feel can be done either or.
Yeah.
Especially with the way they did it, because they were cocky as shit when they did it, and it was great.
Yeah. No.
Especially Red, which we've seen Jake do it, and for most people who don't know, walking the ropes is not that easy.
Mm-hmm.
And to see Red actually do it and pull it off almost as good as Jake, that was cool.
Yeah. But yeah, it was like that one and the that other tag team move they do where Red like curls under Jacob and he does a
Oh yeah,
splash.
it's I remember Edge and Christian doing it the most. But yeah, where he does the splash, he wheelbarrows and then flips Jake over.
Mhm.
That is also
it's
great.
just like, oh my god, that was amazing.
Which I do love their pseudo more bang for your buck finish they do, the Kirby, where it's this is how I roll into the Kirby bomb. That's also great.
It follows the whole theme. These two alone were just a fantastic tag team with
They
their
are.
theme, and I'm not talking theme song. I'm still kind of weirded out by Rockstar by not Nickelback.
Hey,
Because they changed
people
the-
talk a lot of shit about Nickelback. They're
No, no,
actually
no.
a good band.
No. That's what I'm weirded out by someone other than Nickelback doing that song.
But their version's good. Yeah. I like it. I like when they come out, and it's one of those where I do think it. We've talked about before. Music is kind of key for wrestlers, and that it fits them so well.
Yeah, no, and it really does. The
The one thing I was slightly disappointed in, which we found out later why it didn't happen, because we didn't get our six man tag. Okay, whatever. But Nick also wasn't out there, which that was a little weird. I get why, and that's fine. Things happen, but I think these three men, where one of them is, the other two have to be. Red, and again, I don't know their situations and stuff like that. Red is at New Texas for the Contender Series. Jake
gonna be there?
Nick need to be with him as well. I
think
really do.
I saw
think
Jake on the card.
Jake is his manager there, from what I'm, at least judging by the card.
He's Diesel to Red
Yes,
Shawn.
exactly. And go ahead and make fucking Nick Sid, Diesel and Sid together with Shawn. That's great. But I do feel these three men need to travel and need to be shown all the time together. If one of them's in a match, the other one should be out there. Unless we do a thing where the ref's like, no, you two to the back. Okay, fine. But those men need to be together 99% of the time.
To be fair, give a moment for the crowd. To be fair, honestly, he's like I understand that Nick can't always be there because he's got certain responsibilities that neither Red nor Jacob have.
Being a father.
Yeah. So I was like, there's
Which is a good thing. Both of them are. They're both young.
yeah. It's like
I mean, if Jake had a kid, sir, what is wrong with you?
he's 23.
Is he?
Yes.
He's not 18?
No.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Weird.
Trust me, I thought so too. But yeah, he's 23.
Either way, still too young to have a kid.
He's only 23?
No, sir. There's a difference between the two. Okay? There's a difference between the two.
God bless you, Red. God. People really do love gingers, don't they? It's a thing. It's a fetish, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it is. I can attest to that.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Sons of Mayhem coming away with the win on this one. That wasn't entirely unexpected. But
I mean, it could have been with the way their tag matches have gone, so to speak.
God damn it, Patrick.
It's one of those where, we could have seen Casey and Sam not necessarily get the upset. I think in most cases, the addicts would say this is an upset.
actually, neither one was really an upset. Because,
No, it's not.
honestly, it deserved to be in the main event because of the caliber of the, not just the star power of the stars, but the caliber of the wrestlers.
Yeah, it's how good they are.
The storyline that we're getting with the Sons of Mayhem.
Which, again, and I like the storyline and the fact that, they beat all the former champions. Who'd they pin in this match? Oh, that's right, a former MPX champion.
Because it would have been weird if they'd pinned Sam. Not because he's, he's big and he shouldn't be the one who's pinned, but, he hasn't held a championship. So.
Exactly. I enjoyed it. Thought it was a good finish, good outcome. I just, like I said, I get what happened, but I wish Nick would have been out there.
My apologies, Jake. I was a year off.
Still no kid, though, right? That's the more important part. But yeah, overall, like I said, the night, it was off, but it's still good. Like, it was an overall enjoyable, fun night. I know, obviously, we could say we're disappointed, but we're really not.
Yeah.
I know for a fact a lot of the talent was probably disappointed because, again, talent is the hardest critics on themselves.
Mm-hmm.
They could go out and have a fucking 5-star, amazing, this is greatest match ever.
Oh, yeah.
They're still going to say it sucked. Especially guys, like Dimitri. Dimitri is probably, out of all the wrestlers I talked to, Dimitri's the hardest one on himself.
Mm-hmm.
And I know he probably was upset with that match, but it was fine.
He was probably upset with it, but at the same time, I was seeing him after the match. He was like, he was mad. He wants to win, but you know, hey.
Are you sure it's you and not your evil twin?
Yeah, I haven't seen Nick in like 2 weeks. We saw Rick Caldwell. That guy's not that good. Let me tell you that.
Bring back the beard, sir. Come on, we have an image to uphold with a lot of our.
I mean, kudos to him for trying something and changing.
Yeah, true.
That takes balls.
But
I don't know if he lost the bet or not, but if he didn't, it takes balls to do that.
But before we get on to the next show,
good job, Jake.
Honestly, just a reminder, guys, we obviously, like I said before, we're not going to be able to monetize any of these videos or anything like that because honestly, anything can happen. I use licensed music, things like that. It's just not going to happen. So if you want to support Certified Mark Productions, we do have a Teespring store. If you're watching on YouTube, it's going to be down in the description. If not, I'm going to be putting it up on the Facebook page again.
We do?
Yes, we have a Teespring store.
Do I finally have merch?
Not yet.
Exactly.
Not
yeah,
yet.
that's what I thought.
That's in the works. That's in the works.
Damn it.
That's in the works.
When do I start getting money off this? I'm the reason people listen.
Are you though?
I'm almost
Or
positive.
is it our guests?
We have Rehab and Mainline merch.
Yeah, we have Rehab and Mainline merch. It's no specific
Nobody
merch to me, but it's like we have Rehab shirts, but it also branding on coffee mugs, on tumblers, on masks, things like that.
Their daddy is not Daddy Hill. I'm
What?
confused. Or DDM? Didn't y'all coin him DDM? Like, isn't that y'all's thing? Yeah.
Yeah.
That was them.
Daddy Dick. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I don't know, Jake. It seems like you're contradicting yourself, sir.
Red.
I love Red. I haven't said anything to Red.
But yeah, so if you want to support us, go ahead and shop there. Get a shirt, show your support for Rehab, for Mainline, for us, everything like that. That'd be great. We'd love it. Thank you very much.
Put in the comments that you would love to see me on a shirt. That would be great.
Just take a picture of you, slap it on their shirt. It's like,
Actually, rephrase that. I'm gonna piss a lot of wrestlers off. I don't like wrestlers with face shirts. I just don't like that.
I'm not going to disagree with you on that one.
So maybe my saying that's fine. Yeah. The voice of the addicts.
There also may or may not be a surprise drop.
But you're more impatient than I am.
I was gonna say y'all aren't ready for that.
Yeah, not yet. But also make sure you get your season passes and tickets for the next month because, like I said, in 2 weeks we've got Aztec Warfare. Well, week and a half. We've got Aztec Warfare coming up, and the season passes for August are still on sale at least for the next couple of days.
Yes.
Once the first show goes, there goes the season passes.
Yep.
You're out of luck. But get your tickets.
And it's while yes, we always get season passes. We're always there. It really is the best value.
Really is, and you get called in before the regular ticket holders too. So you definitely want to make sure you have it. Also, this was gonna be at the end of the show, but I want to make sure they've already put out the tickets for the September 3rd show with Kid Bandit. We've seen the card of who Kid Bandit is taking on.
They've put out limited tickets because they're still saving a little bit for the season passes when they release them in September. Yeah. So
we appreciate
if
those of us who do the season passes.
Yeah, because that is one of the things. Say you only come every now and then. Definitely won't be there September 3rd. Mm-hmm. But don't worry if you get season passes. They are coming later. They will still save enough seats for that. Yeah. But yes, Kid Bandit making their debut. Going to be amazing, and it's the match I was hoping for, mainly because I know Kid Bandit's opponent has wanted this match for a while.
Honestly, I was like, out of everybody that could have been taking on Kid Bandit,
there was only 3 in my mind, and 2 of them, yes, were very close friends, and I know they both wanted it.
Yeah.
And they both are. How do I word this? Accepting to work with Kid Bandit. Because there are a lot of people who still are very
Backwards.
Yes, about that. Not that the third person I think wouldn't have been. But Dimitri and Sky, I know talking to them both wanted this match. Dimitri more so. And having Dimitri get this match against Ken Bandit is going to be amazing because
I could totally see management approaching both of them and Sky going, give it to him.
Yes, because also I think it's the styles are going to be so much better. It's I can't remember who said it, and I apologize. It may have been Sydney or Kelsey or even Courtney. This is the best anime fight in real life you're going to see.
Oh yes,
it's going to be great.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty damn amazing. So get your tickets for that if you haven't already, because like I said, limited tickets on that one, or get the season passes when they come out. Also, make sure you sign up for the MPX network because if you can't be there for the show, you can at least catch it on Friday.
Yep.
Afterward, from what I am
Still
told,
working.
they are still working on trying to get live streams back up and running. It's just certain things start taking precedence right now.
Yes.
So
I mean,
give it some time, folks. Be
and
patient.
I don't.
It will happen.
And it is. I've not talked to management about this, but in my eyes, and if it's me running the company, AC is a little more important than internet and streaming.
We would have AC now. Unfortunately, certain
the coolers.
Issues. Yeah,
they did put in different AC units, not major AC units, but the what do you call them, the window AC units, which did help tremendously. It's one of those where, like I said, if I'm running a business, that to me is more important at the moment than streaming and internet.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, yeah, definitely. Looks like there was a call actually. So, is that our guest calling in?
Yeah.
Well, real quick, we're going to go ahead and keep going with the Rise of the Underdog for next week, for Saturday night. We've got a whole bunch of matches announced for this. And, okay. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. I guess we're going to wait on the Rise of the Underdog until later, because first and foremost, we have...
This is not an underdog.
No, definitely not an underdog. Is the gentleman on the phone needs no real introduction. He is the king of MPX. He is the multi-time MPX champion. He is the Grand Slam champion, third one I think we've had.
Yep.
And honestly, he's been tearing it up all over America at this point. So, ladies and gentlemen, really, dog? Would you grab him?
He loves JD. It's okay.
Oh, yeah, no, everybody should be going excited. JD Griffey, ladies and gentlemen. Hi, JD. What's up?
All right, are you guys done ass kissing and stuff and telling me how great I am? You're not telling me anything I don't already know about myself.
Well, I thought someone with your illustrious career. Yeah, someone with your illustrious career.
My accolades speak for themselves, man. Like,
That's true.
Need to do all that, okay? Yeah. I'm not like the rest of these guys in coddle culture, or MPX as you like to call it. I call it the land of coddle culture. I'm not like the rest of these guys. I don't need you to tell me how great I am. I knew the day I was born.
That's very true. Obviously, I guess the question on everybody's mind right now is what's really happened. I mean, it was like, obviously, there's some disconnect between you and the new owners that has led to the chaos that we've seen lately.
Is there a disconnect? Or is this par for the course? And you guys are just seeing it now?
Well, and
that's the question you should be asking.
I guess one question on a lot of the addicts' minds, which, God, I hate being the voice of the addicts right now, is in your latest video, you said everything was pointed at Palmer, yet you've chosen to go after Ernie. What is the deal with that?
Look, Ernie, you guys have given Ernie flowers for my work. When people said that Ernie saved MPX, when he got a round of applause for saving MPX, and I felt like I was the only person in the room kind of like, huh? Excuse me? Ernie wasn't there in the hot box, okay? He wasn't in the old Metroflex gym. when it was 110 degrees every freaking week.
That's true. Ernie Pruitt is actually.
You know who was carrying that company then? You know who was carrying that company then? I was.
I mean, I was there.
Ernie
It was
wasn't there.
Jerome and Trust
Ernie
Fund.
wasn't there. Ernie wasn't there when you used to get made fun of for being an MPX guy. You used to not be able to get work in other places if you worked at MPX because you were seen as a joke. And I flew the flag. I carried the company. Where was Ernie then?
It's true.
You ever
Guys
heard
like
of
Mike
something?
Fox, Franco D'Angelo, those guys weren't showing up at MPX until I was there and made it a credible place to cut your teeth. Let's move on. I beat Ernie's ass because he got credit for my work. And in correcting him in front of the MPX addicts, my close friend Matt Palmer decided to intervene, not on my behalf, but on Ernie's. A fucking stranger as far as I'm concerned.
And that was actually going to be my next question. Honestly, you said that you would have expected a call from him. Would you have gone in with him like Ernie did if the call had been made?
No. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I would have made him see reason that places like MPX, these places that promote coddle culture, they have to die. They got to go. And look, you guys know as much as the next guy, MPX, has sentimental value to me.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm tired of these guys going on this addicts page and just wanting to be meme material instead of the best possible fighter, performer, whatever you want to call it, that they can possibly be. They're trying to get over with the fans, quote unquote, via memes and jokes and shit like that. And then when people who do this, who really do this, who live for this, who breathe this, who fight this, who live this, who die this, then they want to take pictures with these guys when we fly them in, when we show up. They want to take pictures with these guys so that they can say that they're on their way. These guys are going to spend their entire careers up and coming because they want the clout. There's no clout with J.D. Griffey. I'm going to bounce your head off the canvas, and I'm going to call it a day. Give me my check. I am the standard in MPX. Not Exodus Prime, not Tatum, not Becker, not Fox, not McKenzie, not Scott McKenzie, not Matthew Palmer, not Izzy James, not Barrett Brown, not Dimitri, not Frankie Fisher, not Stephen Kirby, not any other former MPX champion can call themselves the standard bearer, save J.D. Griffey.
I do think I do find it
that I plan to do before this is said and done will be irreparable. I promise you.
that is something I was going to ask you. I do feel the names you mentioned were kind of unique because I was wondering with Exodus the way he is, because it does seem like you and Exodus are very alike. Is that someone that you feel can carry?
That's offensive. That offends me. That offends me.
I'm sorry. I feel y'all are a lot alike in the fact that Exodus seems like he wants to be like you.
Like, in what way? In what way? In what way?
I just feel that
because
he's
Exodus
got.
Prime, because no. Let me shut that down. Let me stop there. No, because Exodus Prime, he wants you to go out here. He wants you to boo him. He wants to quote unquote be a heel, but then he's also like, hey, buy my merch. You guys love me too, right? You guys understand that heels work hard too. We all work hard. And then if somebody will coddle me, but then when it's time, like, tell me how much you would fuck that.
I felt by work rate and work standard, I felt he was one that would go out there
Oh, yeah, he's an
and give it
amazing
his all.
performer. That's my problem. He's an amazing athlete. He's in a class by himself. That's my problem. He's in a class by himself, but he runs around posturing like he's the rest of these J-Brones out here. Don't compare me to Exodus Prime ever again, or I'm cracking everybody's skull in that room. You understand me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Understood.
All right, move on. Next question.
Actually, that did want to lead me into the question I was going to ask. Of you talk about the current guys out there, and we have seen a kind of a fall off of, it used to be the Jackson Stone, Ryan Remington, Tommy Becker. They used to get the Rookie of the Year thing. And now, outside of MPX, they don't really get looked at much. But is there somebody that you're actually targeting other than, of course, Matthew Palmer?
Rephrase that. I don't think I understand the context.
Sorry, I apologize.
I just don't think I fully understand the context. Like when you call Matthew a target, like I feel like that's unfair. When did I target Matthew Palmer? When has Matthew been targeted? Matthew attacked me twice.
My apologies. I made the assumption that you'd want to get, receipts for basically what's happened to you the past couple of times you've been there. But is there anybody else on the roster that you are targeting?
Well, that's the weird thing. I knew what I was doing. I knew I was going to ruffle some feathers. I knew that there were going to be promoters. I knew there would be wrestlers. I knew there would be fighters, performers, whatever you want to fucking call them. I knew there would be fans, pundits, guys like you who would be, yo, Jay, what's your problem? What's this? Because this looks like J.D. Griffey throwing a temper tantrum. Has it ever dawned on you guys that I'm not the problem here? I expected there to be some kickback. I expected certain somebodies to run out there and try their luck. I just didn't. Matthew? He should have been rolling up his sleeves and lining up beside me. I don't know. But I know this. I'm not showing back up at MPX until Ernie gives me the match that I want. I'm not putting myself in harm's way because I know that every time I set foot in that MPX locker room, that everybody's gunning for me. I knew that was going to be the case when I started down this path. And I'll be there, but if I'm going to be there, if y'all going to run me through the ringer, I want what I want out of this. I want the match that I'm asking for. I want to fight with Matthew Palmer. He is going to pay for everything. I've been taken for granted by every single person associated with Metroplex Wrestling in some form or fashion. The question, I said it after I tagged Ernie and Matthew, I said it. I've been taken for granted. You all should be concerned with what the man who's been taken for granted will finally decide to take from all of you.
Yeah, and that was going to be one of my questions is, since you've been reinstated, you haven't got a match yet, and I was going to ask, is that on you or is that on MPX? But I guess judging by your comment right now, that's on you. You want Palmer.
Ernie got one. Ernie got one. He summoned me to try to embarrass me, to try to flex his power as the owner, as my boss. Look, you paid me, Ernie. That's it. You pay me to perform a service, and that's to knock guys out in the middle of your ring. That's what you pay me to do. Outside of that, Ernie, you have no power over me. I was born with more money than you probably will ever have, Ernie. Okay? This ain't about money for me. I loved MPX. This was never about the money. And these J-Bros, and this is why I got a problem. I'm calling them J-Bros, and I shouldn't be. Because there's a lot of talent there. Casey Clay, fucking talented. Tommy Becker, talented. Exodus Prime, talented. Tatum Manning, talented. Jackson Stone, talented. Tommy Prince, he's a little out there, but talented. Yet I'm forced to refer to these guys as J-Bros because they're goofs. They're goofs. Mikey B pinned me to become the Addicts champion after a terror of a reign that I had. Mm-hmm. A reign in which I retired Remedy. And he's already back. You see what I'm saying? Nothing in wrestling matters anymore. There's no consequence.
It's very true.
There's no consequence. We're just setting up the next big stunt. No, when I'm done, MPX will never be the same again. And the people that will survive in the new incarnation of MPX will have paid their way with their own blood, their own sweat, and their own tears. They don't get to parade in on a street that others paid for them to wave their flag as if they fought the battle. No, you guys weren't towing the rope. There are no rope burns in you guys' hands from picking up the rope and towing it like I did. You guys just show up when it's time to take a pic for Instagram. You pick up the rope, you chunk up the peace sign or a thumbs up, and you go, we're grinding, we're working hard every day, living the dream. Fuck off. You're not doing anything.
Now, with that last statement you just said about kind of burning down MPX and rebuilding it in your own image and making people earn it, do you have anyone in mind that you want to kind of help you carry that? Or do you just like, nope, fuck it, whoever steps up, steps up?
Name, if that was the case, why would I tip my hand on the Certified Marks podcast?
Touche.
Good point. Which we appreciate.
As much as I like you guys, as much as I respect you guys, and you know what? Y'all wearing that thin too. Because when all this went down, you guys wanted to play the middle, play the fence, and stay out of it when you should have been lining up behind me as well.
Can be a fair point.
Y'all asking all these questions to me. Let me pose that question to the both of you.
I'll be honest, for me personally,
When everybody was saying JD's crazy, he needs to handle this better, he needs to deal with his issues. Where were you guys? Because I sat in that. That's why I didn't come in for this interview. Because the last time I came in for an interview with you guys, I sat in between you guys and I poured out my heart, my passion, my love for this sport, my love for that company. And what was it all for? It was forgotten as soon as the next guest came up. Explain yourselves. Where were you?
That are the addicts. They're short-minded. I'll speak for me personally. It was a honestly political thing. It's a look. I am very fortunate to be given a mic and to be allowed to talk about MPX. And with new owners, I did not know how they would feel about us interviewing someone who was fired and attacked on the show and stuff like that. Do I believe in what you're saying? Yeah, I would say about 60% of it I do believe behind you. But it is a thing. I'm very gracious to be given a mic and a platform to do this. So yeah, it was a strictly political thing of like, which is one of the worst things in wrestling, but it is. It's one of those where it's like, I still want to be able to do this. I don't want to piss anyone off. I didn't want to piss you off. I didn't want to piss them off. I know I'm pissing someone off, and unfortunately, yeah, it's going to piss you off more than them.
If we're speaking for ourselves, honestly, I was the one who wanted the interview in the first place before everything got political. Yeah, no, seriously. I was the one who said, no, Ernie, let's hear the other side of this. I want to find out what JD's side of everything is. And I got told by PR, by Kyle, by even my own fiance that, no, we should stay out of this. And so being that we are partners in this business, I went ahead and, bit my lip, but honestly, I was so glad when you agreed to even do this, which I appreciate so very much because I've wanted to hear your side of it. Because, like a wise man once said, it's really hard to boo the quote unquote bad guy when they're right.
Yeah. And like I said,
and so I've listened to you guys, and I genuinely want you guys to take what I'm about to say in which the context I'm about to say it. It's going to sound like a personal attack, and I assure you it's not. Nah, fam, I'm not accepting that answer, okay? You're worried about making people mad. It's political. I don't care about any of that. I never have. Do you know that the best business that MPX has done since its inception was when everybody hated my guts. Even now, being stoned, I am saving this place. I am saving you. I am MPX's scapegoat. The best business it's ever done. JD Griffey was at the forefront every time. Every single time. And I've let Matthew Palmer get the credit. I let Barrett Brown get the credit. I let Stephen Kirby get the credit. I let Frankie Fisher get the credit. I've let Brent McKenzie take the credit. I've let Mike Fox take the credit. That list could go on forever. Because they don't go to social media and talk about why I should be supported and because it's so tough for me. I feel worthless, and I just want you guys to tell me how good I am and remind me that, that my wrestling career matters, and even though that I've done stuff that you guys don't even believe, just support me because it's good and I'll be happy and F that. F that. F that. I was in a 30-minute classic. 110 degrees in a hot box.
Mm-hmm.
5 minutes after I got the phone call that my father was terminal and was being moved to hospice. I don't want to hear this shit.
Yep.
I don't want to hear about the optics or the politics. I had to hear from my friend, my close friend, how I was stupid for passing up an opportunity to wrestle Bobby Lashley because I was trying to put over an angle with Frankie Fisher in the fucking hot box. I was called stupid by my peers and the very company that bro, listen, no, I'm not about to do this with y'all, bro. No. No, these guys do not get awards for busting their ass. They don't get awards for spending time away from their families. They don't get awards for showing back up after life kicks them in the mouth. They don't get awards for showing back up after pro wrestling kicks them in the mouth. They don't get awards for showing back up after life and pro wrestling kicks them in the mouth. That is the bare minimum of being a professional wrestler. And Matthew Palmer, cut from the same cloth that I am, is creating an environment conducive to creating more of these coddle culture performers. How am I not supposed to take that personally? You tell me how you would take it.
That's fair.
I mean, I feel that's the thing, especially with a lot of the addicts, which, God, I hate being the voice of the addicts right now, is they agree with you, they're just not agreeing with the way and the style you're going about it.
I'll be
They
honest.
don't have a say in how I rule over my kingdom. They don't have a say in that.
It's also true.
Yeah.
You either get down or I'll lay you down. Pick a side. I'm giving everybody a choice. Stage or the grave, guys. Stage or the grave, you pick. I've spent a great part of my career trying to help the next guy because I thought that's what this business was all about, right? And that's what they tell us. And all that was conditioning for me to humble myself and lower myself so that all these fucks could stand on my shoulders. Absolutely not. It ended when I busted Ernie's head on that canvas. And I'll never do it again.
So you're saying Ernie is safe for now?
Or at least he's done with him.
My days of trying to help the next guy and save the next guy are over. Oh no, Ernie, that's the joke. This is the whole joke of all this, right? When the shit hits the fan, where's Ernie? Where's Richard Hill? These guys pack up and they leave us in the fray. Matthew is still now trying to save Ernie because Ernie is begging for a fight that he really doesn't want. I know I embarrassed him in front of his wife and his children and his quote-unquote family. And I think it's hilarious that the MPX addicts, you guys still call yourselves all family when you guys are all terrible to one another. It's hilarious to me. I find that laughable in itself as well. But it's, man, how long are we going to let this record play? You know, not too long ago, you guys had Livy on the freaking show, and I was just like, you had somebody who couldn't bust a grape in a fruit fight, who never did nothing in wrestling, just drunk and pontificating about their career, and then got the nerve to tell me that I stepped on her moment by calling in and dealing with the issue that a wrestling show has 2 hours of promoting wrestling, and they're talking about drunk training stories with Livy. That's what you guys decided to do with it. I got a problem with you guys too, man. Like, this is what I'm saying, man. You guys have a platform to elevate the product. And then y'all wonder why ain't nobody buying it. And then I'm the asshole when I say that out loud. Not that nobody's thinking it. Y'all just mad I said it.
You're right, though.
He does have a point. You drink way too much, man. Just all the time. Just too much.
Really? In the middle of this, you're going to go there.
Just saying. Probably.
And it's all, everybody got something to say, right? Everybody's got a meme and a quote and a picture and all of that in the addicts page. But when I pull up, where's all the jokes then? It's all posturing. Because when it's real, you can tell, you can see it in somebody's eyes. That's why nobody's standing in arm's reach of me looking in my eyes is cracking jokes. Because ain't shit funny. Because when I got into this, I was a trust fund baby playing wrestler. And I got at the back of the line and I scratched and I clawed to earn respect. To now be compared to people who want to be coddled and told how great they are? Are you kidding me? Hell no, bro. No. Absolutely not. Hell, what? Do you know what I had to go through to get into wrestling? You think Ernie gonna write a check and just be a part of wrestling? You think that's how that works? You think that's how I'm gonna let that work?
No.
Ask Carl Knight how I handle shit like that.
He was pretty clear on it last time he was here.
Yep. No, and I think, you know, that's something else. I think it was James also was like, JD's going to be the scariest man right now.
Oh, yeah. The people who know.
And
Yep.
James, and this is what I'm saying. Somebody like James, who has forgotten more about wrestling than some of these guys will ever know, is kind of just washed off to the side.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Because he had mental health issues, he had physical health issues, and he just needed to take time for himself. And how was he repaid? By being forgotten. Meanwhile, these guys are here, please coddle me because I'm having a rough day, and I just want to feel relevant, so you guys remind me how important I am, and please, and man, fuck that. I'm front row at UFC, posted up, watching my teammates fight with my bros. Y'all can do all that coddling. Y'all go ahead, do that. And I'll pull up when I feel like it and bust somebody's head open, like Matlock. Who, again, the funny thing is everybody but Matlock bitched about it.
Yeah.
These people make fun of Matlock, but Matlock was staring down the barrel, and he didn't flinch. Now, he got knocked out. but he didn't flinch. Matlock is the only person that earned my respect in that title match that night. But he wants to goof off with Mikey B. Now, why does any of this matter?
Why does it?
Exodus Prime has all the makings and all the tools to be one of the greatest champions in MPX history. Why do I not give a shit? Because it doesn't matter. It's of no consequence. Do you know what that man went through to become MPX champion? But we're not talking about that, are we? I look and I see jokes. I see memes. I don't see when this guy was sitting in the back. We don't talk about when he was sitting in the back questioning if he still could even do this at a high level. We don't talk about that. We don't talk about me snatching him by his collar and chewing his ass like, don't you ever doubt yourself after everything that you put on the line. Don't you ever doubt yourself. I chewed his ass. Bruh. He was very uncomfortable in that moment, but I was trying to build him up. I was trying to edify everything that he knew about himself when he set on this path. Why didn't nobody say JD had a bad attitude then? Oh, it's not a bad attitude then. Or when people take a dump on MPX, and I was like, yo, F that. Bring your best VIP wrestling. Bring your best ACW. Bring your best wherever the hell you are. I'm representing MPX. Bring your best, and I'll line up with them and run circles around them. Oh, I didn't have a bad attitude when I was saying that. When I was cussing all them out. And losing out on bookings with those promoters. We don't talk about that. Oh, it's a bad attitude now that I'm throwing stones at MPX. Now I got a bad attitude. I'm the scapegoat. Y'all want to blame me when shit's going good because you're comfortable. But when everything's going bad and you need help or you need bailing out, my phone rings. Why is that? Why is that, guys? Why y'all think my phone rings when shit gets real?
Because they know you're the one.
It was, what,
Exactly.
four Purple Rains ago. They needed a person. They called JD. Mm-hmm. Richard needed someone. JD was there.
That's the joke of all of this. I'm the scapegoat. And that's the thing. I've tried to be humble. I've tried to say all the right things and be like, thanks, and I appreciate you guys, and we're just trying to get better. And yeah, I said all the things I'm supposed to. That shit's a work. It's all a work. We don't all actually like each other. We're not trying to help each other get better. We're not leaving after this. Thanks for the match. That shit's a work. Thanks for the match. You really brought it all out. It's all a work. We don't actually like each other. It's all BS.
That's right.
And everybody say they want the truth. Everybody wants the real. And then when I give it to them, you throw stones at me. Well, guess what? I'm throwing them back now. I'm done being humble. I'm done throwing agents around in this train station and pretending like I'm not the one. And everybody who understood that reference, 5 points. If you didn't, kick rocks. But I'm done throwing agents around in this train station, pretending I'm not the one. It's always been me.
There's
Who
a
you
lot
think
that,
phone rings? Why you think Exodus Prime had those classics with me? They wanted to see if he could hack it. My phone rang. When Exodus Prime needed a challenge, my phone rang. I didn't get the title matches in one-on-ones. Why? Because they know I will. When's my last one-on-one fucking title match, guys? Every time I was in a title match, it was multi-man. Because my one-on-one title matches, save Jackson Stone, bruh, dubs. 5-time. It's only a matter of time until I become the 5-time. And I will be the last MPX champion. Or there won't be an MPX. Or there won't be an MPX. You know when Mikey B was legitimized? When he pinned JD Grizzly. And he went right back to being a boy band goof-off. And what title does he have now? What championship does he have right now?
That would be none.
Okay. Oh, okay. Okay. I was checking. Exodus Prime, I'll give him his props. He answered the challenge. He fought his fight. Matthew Palmer fought his fight. He's earned his stripes. I'm confused about how Matthew's not upset. Are we going to act like Matthew Palmer isn't one of the best performers in the country?
Nope. He is and has been for a
But
while.
he wants to goof off and drink potions and shit. And then he's upset when people don't take him seriously. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
I'm in there freaking handcuffing Ernie to the ropes about to beat him senseless. Matthew comes in that first right cross to my jaw rocked me, bro.
Yeah.
Which tells me that, oh, he got power in the punch. The guy got some fight in him. And it just seemed like he got something he needed to get off his chest. I don't know what the fuck I did to deserve it. Outside of correct Ernie and the MPX addicts, which apparently the MPX addicts are Matthew's family now too. Apparently, where were the addicts when Matthew was going through the darkest time of his life? Oh, they weren't there. I was. You see, are you sensing a pattern here?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir.
Why hasn't Creative chimed in on my behalf, huh? Where's Richard?
Good point.
Because Richard was the guy making the phone call. Oh, he don't got my number now, huh?
I don't know. Honestly,
Got nothing.
I don't know.
They get quiet when facts get thrown around.
I mean, yeah, it does. There's nothing. I mean, there's not really much to say.
Yeah. Like I
'Cause, I
said,
mean-
it's hard to boo a quote-unquote bad guy when they're right.
I don't care if they boo me, though. I see who these people support. And I don't have anything in common with them. I will be afraid when they start cheering me. That means that my career has taken a turn for the worse, and I need to do something. Because I see the people that these people support. I've seen what these people support. You know, everybody's losing their minds over Kid Bandit and Dmitry Alexandrov, right? And like, look, Kid Bandit, they are a talented. Like, I watched the highlight reel. I was like, this kid's good. And Dmitry, like, I've had my bouts with Dmitry. He's good as the next guy. But it's all spectacle, man. They're going to get on the internet, words with friends. Oh, I'm excited about the opportunity. Oh, I love you. I've been dreaming of this match. Oh, I'm going to check all my diversity boxes. Oh, this is going to be a classic. And we're going to go. And one of us is going to beat the hell out of the other one. And one of us is going to win 1, 2, 3. And it's going to be of no consequence because guess what we're going to do? We're going to go back to gushing over each other. Oh, I love you. Thank you for the... Like, come on. No, stop. Stop. I'm going to throw up. You know how Exodus thanked me for challenging him?
Gave you his best?
Punched me in the face. Kicked me in the face. Dropped me with a cutter. You know how I thanked him for the match? Choked his ass out. I studied film on his every move so that I had a counter for every counter, for every counter, for every counter. You guys just so happen to benefit from observing it. But my every effort came to being the best possible performer combatant in that moment with Exodus Prime, and his respect was doing the same. You guys just got to benefit from being there to observe it.
That's true.
Because to quote the great Herm Edwards, you play to win the game. Not be good friends so that it doesn't sting as much if you lose. Matthew Palmer was a close friend of mine. Every time I lost to him, it pissed me off. Keith Lee, my brother. Blood couldn't make us no closer. I promise you, when I beat him, it doesn't sit well with him. And when he beats me, it doesn't sit well with me. This isn't words with friends. But these addicts have softened the herd, and now the predators have shown up. And everybody's food now. Everybody's food. And everybody's upset with me for having my way with all the prey. But the joke is the addicts were the ones that softened them up for me. So instead of lashing out at the MPX addicts, I almost want to convey a debt of gratitude that I owe. I want to convey gratitude. Because what I do next is only going to be difficult emotionally. Because these people are in for a fight that they don't even know how to prepare for. And Matthew, my old buddy Matthew, is too busy trying to ride off into the sunset in the next chapter of his life to even try to let them know about the fight that they face. But Tadlock has tried to help you guys. Gigolo's tried to help you guys, give you the Iggy, let you know what's up. Hell, even John McNutt, I've seen him fucking going onto the social media webs and try to warn people of what's coming.
Mm-hmm.
How long did you guys think I was going to let this stand? Honestly. Jay, how long did you think I was going to let this stand, man? I'm not saying you know me on the most personal level, but I feel like you got a good enough understanding of me to know that, how did you think I was going to... Did you think I was going to let a color swap, a new coat of paint, and I was going to just be like, oh, this is the new and improved MPX? You thought that's what some neon lights and a coat of paint was going to fix the problem? You thought I was going to let that slide? Jay, is that what you thought?
To be perfectly honest, I thought you were going to leave it behind. You were going to move on to bigger things. put MPX in your rear view, but this isn't, unexpected. Or too surprising. Because, yeah, it's your kingdom. Like you said.
You see how uncomfortable the air is in this conversation right now? That's the reality of MPX. That's the reality of MPX. So now, every time I walk into that building, you all get to share in my dread of the condition of MPX. You all get to look over your shoulders. Is he coming out the front door? Is he coming out the bathroom? Is he coming out from under the ring? Is this Saturday night the night that Jay decides to burn it all? Is tonight the night that J.D. Griffey becomes the Mad King?
I guess we'll see in the future.
So I know you guys thought you would get a lot of answers, but I feel like you left this interview with more questions.
Most definitely.
Yeah.
And for that, I do genuinely, sincerely apologize. I have respect for everybody under the Certified Marks podcast umbrella. But this is bigger than you guys. This is personal, right? And that's you guys alluded to it. I should be focusing on other things. I am 0-3 in AEW. That doesn't sit well with me. Not gonna lie. And it's one of those things where I got enough stuff to worry about. I got enough things to focus on. I gotta right the ship in my own life, but there are some things that I need to set in order first. Because some of the issues that I'm encountering stem from the environment of MPX. I am a victim of that environment too. Because I thought I could change it. I thought I could make it better, and I didn't do the come through, get my title reign, make my money, and move on to bigger and better things like everybody else did. I didn't bleed MPX. I was the fool who let MPX bleed me. And that's the only reason I'm back. I want blood. I want it back. I'm not going to be MPX's scapegoat anymore. So the next time MPX is in trouble, look to Matt Palmer. Look to Ernie Pruitt. Look to Audie. Look to Adrian. Look to Rick. Look to Richard. Keep me the fuck out of it. Because the next time I show up, I'm showing up to crackheads. Every time I walk through the building, don't high five me. Don't. None of it. You show your support for me and my movement and my message by staying out of my way. Buy a t-shirt, buy a picture, I'll sign it, I'll take a stupid picture, and I'll send you on your way. But stop with the back and forth and the talking, because I don't care what you fans think. You guys don't care what I think. let's stop working each other, right? It's all the work. Let's stop. I don't like you. You don't like me. It's fine. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I want you all to know why I'm there. I'm there to win matches, crack skulls, bounce heads off canvases, choke people out, cement my legacy, and then burn MPX to the ground and go on to what I was meant to do in the first place. And that cement my legacy is one of the greatest to ever do this in this sport ever. And I'm a little bit behind schedule. So I don't have time for this. But I made time.
Yeah. And thank you so much for that.
You can't be humble. And who said JD Griffey can't be humble?
Mm-hmm.
So now I guess we're all wondering what's next.
Who's next?
You know what? I'll answer that. For one time only, I'm going to give the Certified Marks podcast the scoop of who my next target. My next target is.
I just won't cut out. But it was you. It was going to be you.
Wow.
I thought the man was scary in person.
Jesus
Fuck.
Crow.
Can I
Like
talk?
I said, ladies and gentlemen, this was not going to be a fun romp of a show with JD here. This was going to be serious. Obviously, the man had a lot to get off his chest, and
Your dog,
I
your dog
don't-
felt it. That's for sure.
I don't think he's done yet. Regardless of
He
whether he's
said
talking
he's
to
not
us.
done.
Yeah.
He's
Well, I mean, getting more off his chest.
oh well, yeah, no.
Yeah.
He
Oh, no,
definitely has a lot to get off
He's-
his chest.
Yeah, he's
still,
definitely started that.
and it's again, is he wrong in what he says? Not really. Like I said, I feel it's like 60-40. Like a lot of stuff he says is right, but there's also the ways he's going about it and things that are wrong. It's just it is a very it's Killmonger was right, Thanos was right, but it's a very awkward situation to be in as a fan of someone who, again, if anyone knows what I've talked about in MPX in my history before, JD was my first wrestler that I liked, was the first one I gravitated towards, the first one that I thought, man, this guy's amazing at MPX.
Yeah.
And now to hear this, and it's kind of like, he's not wrong, but he's also not fully right. And it's,
will
it's
be a
very
matter-
awkward.
That will be a matter of opinion between
Like Nick called it, blink if you're okay. I'm not okay.
well, no, we didn't.
You're a ref. You're supposed to help me, damn it.
Where was the intercession there? Why can't we have the run-in for the refs?
God. Feels good. Feels good to joke again, though.
Yeah. But
And yes, I did drink his water because he obviously isn't here, and I'm thirsty.
But after all that, I think we do really need to talk about what's going to happen at Rise of the Underdog.
Oh, fuck. We still got to talk about that?
Yeah, we do.
God damn. All right.
Yeah. Because we were going to, tell JD Griffey to wait for us to finish.
We don't tell JD shit.
Exactly.
As people have just learned. We
Yeah.
don't say shit.
Yeah. So we're going to have Sky De Lacrimosa of the Texas Chainsaw taking on Aaron Eagle, probably currently the most despised man at MPX.
Is he? I feel like JD takes that.
No. JD's feared. JD's feared.
Okay.
people
I'll accept that
think-
answer.
people
I'll accept that answer.
People think they despise him. They're afraid of him.
True.
You know how I know? Because I'm just like y'all.
And
I'm
judging by all the
terrified.
comments, ain't no one but Greg talking shit. So
That's because Greg has,
yeah, Greg
steel.
is brave.
Brave man. Brave man.
But yeah, Aaron Eagle coming back, which I thought we were done.
It's you know what? Maybe Sky will do to him what Casey did.
Well, I mean, Sky likes Skip. Those are his favorite legs. Those are his favorite meals. I don't know if he
Yeah, but now
likes
he's gonna-
Eagle.
He's gonna get chicken legs.
Does
this
he
time.
like Eagle though?
We'll see.
It's illegal to eat Eagle though, isn't it?
It depends on the eagle. I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, oh fuck, he is a bald eagle. God damn it!
Yeah, he is.
But it should be a good man. Two vets.
Yeah, that'll be an interesting, good match and everything like that. Somebody call Sid, let her know that that's done, and we're talking about the show again.
Yeah,
Oh, it
she's
is? Yeah. Right. She's 12.
12-year-olds have bedtime, sir.
She's going to see that, and she's going to hit us both on Saturday.
Oh, it's because I'm sure Courtney's already clipped it and sent it to her.
Yep. We're also going to have a handicap match as Prince Alexander and Stevie Hendricks are going to be taking on the Puerto Rican juggernaut Angel Camacho.
Which is it? This is Afro Circus, right?
No,
It's not.
That's Nathan Estrada and Stevie Hendricks.
No, but wasn't there the other one that was an A
It's
something?
Dr. A.
That's not him?
No.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Are
Are you saying they all look the same?
Afros? Yes.
Oh, okay.
Unless you're a Jew, yes. All the Afros look the same. This right here. No? Okay. But yeah.
Thank you
At
for
one
tuning in to
point-
the last episode of MPX Rehab, ladies and gentlemen. I'm pretty sure we're going to be canceled.
What, we can't say that. Was that a hard J?
Yeah.
Was that too hard of a J? Okay.
Just a bit. We both know that's not true.
That
Shut
is
up.
the one time you need a fucking mic. But no, while it's a handicap match, last time Angel was in a handicap match, it didn't really work out well for him.
No.
I mean,
that's because
the boys got the win.
That's because the boys are a unit. They know how to work together, and they were able to use that to their advantage and get the win. Stevie Hendricks, Prince Alexander, I don't know if they know how to work together.
That's true. And we'll see. Is it a handicap match where it's a legit 2-on-1, or are there tags involved?
Yeah.
So
We'll see on that one. I mean, it's Angel Camacho. Even, in the situations where he has lost, I kind of put the bet on him.
no, yeah. Even when it was the boys, we all thought Angel would win.
Yeah.
Somehow that
They pulled it
brotherhood,
off.
that brotherhood came through.
Yep. Then we're going to have a singles match as the.
Speaking of.
Yeah. Actually, I was going to go with the singles match.
Oh,
This
okay.
isn't the order I would have put it in.
Oh, well, fine. Go ahead.
But we're going to
Fuck
have the
me
singles
for
match
giving me the
between
wrong
the
layout.
Tommy Becker.
You did it on purpose.
The Tommy Becker taking on the debuting TJ Slater. It's going to be an interesting match.
It is. I've seen a couple clips of TJ Slater. Looks very good. But he's going in against the Tommy Becker. He's going against one of MPX's homegrown great talents. And
Former
we've-
MPX champion.
Exactly. And we've seen Tommy as of late. I think he wants that title back.
Yeah.
And I think, honestly, I think there is a little chip on his shoulder that he wants to do it without Brent, without Jamie, without Ryan. Like, Tommy wants to prove that it's been him all along, not just the side pieces. Having the Tommy Becker, obviously, last week picking up that huge win against Dimitri, going against a debuting talent, maybe, obviously, no offense, but not the caliber of Dimitri. It's going to be not an easy win for Tommy, but it is something I see Tommy kind of going right past, looking to, okay, what's next?
Yeah.
Where's my next challenge? I want the title back. Beating TJ Slater is not going to get me my
If
title.
anything,
Where
that's
is
going to
it?
be Tommy Becker's biggest downfall in this match. I don't think he's going to pay the most attention to this match. He's going to be looking forward to the next one, the next big match where he can once again increase his credit within MPX to go for the MPX championship.
Exactly. And also, I mean, obviously we don't know anything yet about Aztec Warfare, but maybe
he's in it.
Then maybe he's in it, and maybe that's his, stepping stone to get to the title.
Yep.
Whether it be prospect or number one contender.
Yeah, we'll definitely see on that one. And then we've also got Kari Wright, the reincarnation of excellence.
There you go.
Blah, sorry, that messed my head up. man.
Rewind. Try it again.
Kari Wright, the reincarnation of excellence, taking on Dragon
You didn't
Astral.
want to try to do the prototype where you rewound it back?
no.
Can't do that?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. Dragon Astral. Astral. Yeah, well, that's you and Richter. Sorry, talking to PR.
I like theirs better, though.
Yeah, but I don't want to get an angry text in the morning, so.
Oh, okay, fine. Well, we're already getting angry texts.
Oh, yeah, no, going to get a lot of those. Gee, Buzz Crow. But Kari Wright, I mean, he's been on a tear lately. He's actually,
He has been.
kind of just, going through everyone he's gone
He has,
lately.
and he's obviously, granted, I didn't see Dragon last time he was here in the tag match, but it's, it is something where he looks, from the clips I've seen, very similar to Chris Carter. So it seems Kari's already kind of knows what he's getting into.
Yeah.
And again, like I said, Kari's been on this tear, and I feel that Kari Wright, I've said it before, is one of the, it is called the underdog show. He's one of those that people sleep on, and very soon they're going to realize they can't.
Yeah.
So I do feel, and obviously, like I said last week, without Exodus there, he wanted to prove Civil Disorder still the people to go through. Now that him and Exodus are there together, I think Kari's still got that same mindset of, no, we're the ones you need to watch out for. And
That's
I think
true.
it's going to be a very rough night for Dragon.
Yeah. But then we will have a tag team championship triple threat match as the boys will be defending against BFFs and the Sons of Mayhem, represented by the judge Jake Lindsay and Red Chambers.
And then the whole diatribe that JD went on earlier, that is something that, again, I have said all along. Why is Locke still with this? Why has Locke embraced this?
I think it's kind of Mikey kind of wore on him on it.
Well, is it that, or is it Locke feels this is the only way to get a title?
You know what? He is a former MPX tag team champion with his tag team partner, Dylan Smasher.
But Dylan took some time off.
Dylan's having to take some time off. But,
So,
this may not be the only way. This may just be,
is this one of those where I'll do the lesser evil to get what I want?
possibly. Possibly.
But even then, it's yeah, true. Because it is a triple threat. He's got to go against the boys who have been very dominant since rejoining together. And then he's got Sons of Mayhem, who obviously, like I've said before, are on a tear and very dominant, and they
Sons
want
of
to
Mayhem,
take care of everyone.
That's actually the one to really pay attention to here, because the Sons of Mayhem have said that they're going to go after every champion. They're not just meaning MPX champion. They're not just meaning MPX Addicts champion. They're talking all championships.
And
if you've held a championship at MPX, I think they might steer clear of the King, but that might be the only one.
If you were reading,
I saw-
Red was not steering clear of shit.
I think Red might be a little drunk.
He's not Tommy Dean, which Madlock doesn't like, by the way. I don't know if you knew that or not.
I think I've heard that.
Which I wonder, how does Mikey B feel about Tommy Dean? Are they okay?
I don't know.
But no, that's the thing, and that's the other thing I love about the Sons of Mayhem. Obviously, is what tag are we getting? What two are we getting?
I'm
Like,
pretty
okay,
sure.
if you judge by the poster, fine, Red and Jake, maybe.
Yeah.
Judge was a pun there, but could it be Nick and Red? Could it be Nick and Jake? Like, we don't know, and that's what I love about the Sons of Mayhem.
Yeah,
is you never know what two you're getting, and it's already kind of throwing. You can't plan for a triple threat anyways.
Yeah.
Adding that extra value to it, are the boys at a disadvantage in this?
I think really the only thing they had going for them was the numbers game, but with Nick Nash involved, possibly, that could very well not be in their favor. I
And-
think in the long run, especially since we're going to have the three teams here, I don't think the numbers game is going to benefit anybody in the long run.
Well, and I don't hear because also, how is Mikey after last week? How is Locke, which if y'all follow him on Facebook, he had a hell of a match Saturday too.
That's true.
How is
That's
he
true.
doing?
Yeah.
Since Nick's there, since Hilda's there, are they going to try to inquire of maybe Smasher or Sammy? Like, are they going to try to get a third? Like, what's going to happen?
Sammy's not a wrestler, though. I mean, at least with Smasher,
She acted like it last week. Just saying.
She was concerned for her fiance. That's all that was. You don't think too clearly when you're
a breadwinner. Is it worried about money?
Oh, he's
Is that a thing?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I don't know. Just saying.
But yeah, that
Get a
and
life insurance policy.
That, of course,
It's
is all
way
going
easier.
to lead up to the ultimate.
I know someone that can sell that to you, by the way.
That is going to lead up to the ultimate underdog match as Exodus Prime, the final boss, will be taking on the ugly bastard Zero.
The reason it's called Rise of the
Yeah, I think so. And actually, this is what I wanted to get on to about the name of the show. Last time we had a name kind of like this was about a year ago, in which we had Enter the Champion. And that was when, at the time, Infinite Stock, Red Chambers, Noah Navarre, defeated Best Picture to become the MPX Tag Team Champions.
Red doesn't want you to mention that.
I'm pretty sure he doesn't, but you know what?
Actually,
Yeah.
you know what? No, he probably does because he did everything in that match to win. Noah didn't do shit for him. Go rewatch the tape.
I
Noah
watched,
didn't do
I
anything.
watched that match, sir. It was a team effort.
Really? Let's
Yes.
see what Red says.
You know what Red's going to say. He's a self-centered jerk.
Rude.
But true.
He is our savior. He is the Saturday Night Savior. He is that guy. He is the Rookie of the Year.
If he's the
until,
savior, I'm
December.
an atheist.
You already are.
Agnostic.
But no, that's the thing. So, we've seen these moments with Zero before where people count him out and he somehow pulls it off. I don't, I said on mainline, because we've seen Zero. He's used to first match, second match. He doesn't know what a main event is. He literally asked that last week. What is a main event? And again, I've said it, and it may be a joke, but it's also serious. He likes to drink. He can't drink till he's done wrestling. Going this long, is that going to hurt him?
Then again, he could drink to prime for the match.
It's not a shots or chop match. He cannot. If I was Exodus, I would. If I was Exodus, I would want him tested before he goes out to the ring to see if he's drinking.
He might just drink enough to where he doesn't feel anything. He might survive just on tenacity alone. We'll see.
To be fair, people didn't want to wrestle New Jack unless he did coke or drink. So
yeah, true.
And Red can't respond anyway right now.
Oh.
He's busy playing a bounce house.
I want to play bounce.
That's yeah, that makes.
Yeah.
God damn it! And nobody else heard that.
This is where you do the disclaimer about all. Oh wait, no one heard it. Okay.
Nobody heard that.
Rick is the bounce house.
Okay, I think we might have heard that one.
Now do your disclaimer.
So yeah, just remember all statements and comments made by people on CMP shows belong to the commenter alone, and not to us, not to MPX, not to anybody like that.
They are watching the show though.
I'm sure they are. I'm sure they are, and we're going to hear about it on Saturday. I'm sure.
Oh,
You will.
Oh no, I'll hear about it tomorrow. I'm the one who gets the text.
No, I'm at the chops. You'll hear those Saturday.
Given some of the things you've said, I'm pretty sure you're a dead man anyway.
I haven't said anything.
JD.
We don't know when he's going to be there.
That's the problem. So you're a dead man walking regardless.
Always got to look over my. God, he even called it. He even said you got to look over your shoulder. Fuck.
I
I don't want to look over my shoulder.
Everybody heard what Patrick said.
Oh, everybody heard it. Okay. No. But yeah, this is it's going to be a pretty impressive show. And of course, there is always the specter of JD Griffey hanging over everything. When's he going to show up? What's he going to do? Who's next?
Jake, if I pay you some money, can you sit near me the whole night, maybe? Just asking. Just asking.
He's a judge, not a bodyguard.
Fuck. I need a bodyguard. Nash? Is Nick a bodyguard technically?
He's security. Was security. No, he's
Iron Belly's still available?
You know what? I think he might be. You're going to have to ask him.
Fuck, he doesn't like me, though. He's going to raise the price. God damn it.
But
Remedy's in Houston. He ain't coming.
Rise of the Underdog is looking to be a pretty good show, all things considered. And, of course, like we were talking about earlier, we've got Aztec Warfare coming up. Not this week, next week. It's going to be incredible, and we'll see what comes from that one. I will be
15-man main event.
I was going to say, isn't that a drop from the original? That's usually 20.
It's normally 20. Again, new MPX, and people might be busy. But it's
someone
also
else has the purse strings this time.
But I love the Aztec Warfare. I love that idea of it's not over the It depends how they do it. Sometimes they're over the top, but more times than not, it is pin or submission. So Zero's got Saturday. Let me fucking talk. God damn. Go ahead, Zero.
No,
let's all praise Zero. Apparently, Zero is here. Let's all praise and bow to him.
To be fair, he's been here the whole time.
Smart man. He knows JD's here. That's probably one that JD does not like.
Yeah, we'll see. But I already said what I was going to say. Say what you were going to say.
I was
You're
trying
the one
to.
who
You're talking
interrupted
over me.
yourself.
I didn't. I do that all anyways. But no, Aztec Warfare, for people who haven't seen or don't know, normally 20, yes. And it's done different. Sometimes they are over the rope, but it's a battle royal that is by pinfall or submission, which is what I love the most about it.
Yes.
Because it's different. It's unique. And it also is, again, while, yes, the Texas Rumble, if you're one of the unlucky ones who gets 1 through, say, 20, you got a long night ahead of you. Yet this, it's a little longer, I think, because it is pin or submission. You're in an actual match against, technically, could be 14 other people.
Yeah.
So it's going to be crazy.
Yeah. And, of course, then we've got September 3rd Kid Bandit will be showing up. And like JD said, they are incredible. They have been putting on bangers of matches. And honestly, if you really look at them, they are absolutely doing, busting ass to get themselves over in every way possible.
They are.
Twitch streams, playing guitar, matches that are like beyond incredible.
Yes,
They're going to be going over to England later on this year to take on Simon Miller.
Yes.
As well as Commander Sterling. So,
But yeah, no, it's something where they have kind of just blown up on the scene, and it's one of those that's opposite of I was saying earlier about how they've gone viral and got booked. No, they've actually proven they're good.
Yeah.
The matches they've had and the clips they've had. Because I'll go off the clip, I'm like, all right, and then I'll actually go try to find the match to be like, okay, were they actually that good? Or case in point, everyone's praising Paul for his SummerSlam appearance. Yes, very good. But people are not giving enough credit to The Miz for making him look that good.
James Johnson actually had it. It's not just The Miz. It was also the ref.
Exactly.
Being completely on point. I wish that they would teach that kind of reffing everywhere.
It's the same for when everyone was praising Pat McAfee. My first thing, was he that good or was it Adam Cole? And,
considering he took on Baron Corbin and it wasn't a complete train wreck of a match.
But it's also later. Because Adam Cole was the first one. And
true,
he even had
and he finished on a destroyer.
After Cole.
He finished on a destroyer. That's something that doesn't happen in wrestling nowadays, ladies and gentlemen. He finished on a destroyer.
But going back to my original point, that is something I like to do. If something goes viral, look at it. Okay, cool. Then go to the actual match. And Kid Bandit is one of those where they are good. The match wasn't just that one clip that they looked good. No, the whole match, they looked good.
Yeah, I won't lie. I'm really hoping that PR can pull off a miracle and we'll at least get to talk to Kid Bandit on mainline. I don't think so either. I don't think so either.
Go talk. You have a better chance talking to Dimitri for that.
We talked to Dimitri anyway. I mean,
no, I'm saying you have a better chance of having Dimitri try to get that booked.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay.
I'm not saying that you're not. I'm just saying.
You could hear the
they don't know
challenging me in Patrick's voice there.
But yeah, no, that would be a dream.
No, and honestly, I'm so very looking forward to this month and next month. Just going to be some incredible stuff happening at MPX and all over the place. Make sure you guys tune in next week for MPX Rehab because I believe next week is the nasty Nick Nash himself. As we continue on with our Rookie of the Year series.
Co-Rookie of the Year with Jake Lindsay.
Yeah. Because if one wins, they both win or something like that.
No, they're both winning. I've already said it.
You can hear the yell of cop out coming from the distance.
They already both won. I already announced it.
Yeah. And we're still trying to, but we also have an announcement. We're still trying to figure things out because there are some demands being made. We will be having the real heart and soul of MPX, in my opinion, DMG, here for MPX. He's a rookie, man. He's part of the Rookie of the Year.
Dark matches don't count.
Oh, he's been in main events, man.
1.
2. And he won one of them.
So he's 1-1. Okay. What's Jake's record? What's Nick's record? And first of all, I told you he's not allowed to be here because then I'm not allowed to drink. I have to drink.
Yep, that's actually one of the demands. So, we got to be careful about that. But it's already booked, man. It's already booked.
Can I say fuck?
Yeah, I don't think he cares about that.
What about cocksucker? Shit.
You're,
Balls.
Thank you for watching, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you get your tickets for this Saturday and, of course, the season passes, like I said before. And check us out on Teespring. Keep it kayfabe, ladies and gentlemen. Mark out.
See y'all Saturday.
Really?
What about cunt? Can
No.
I say cunt?
Can you just not...